Yo yo yo, new day, new day. So, I have sad news. I don't know if that's really sad news, but I have goofy news. Which is that I have beaten Hades, right? Which you might say, wow, that's good news. That's you actually accomplished something in life. But no, the only thing I accomplished in life is I accomplished it drunk. Fucking completely wasted at like 3 a.m. And I don't know how to handle that because the very first time I beat Hades, like I'm still pretty sure there's some lore afterwards that I just completely missed because I was so freaked out that like, oh, I fucking beat the game while drunk. Like I don't know. I got home from the bar. Just thought, oh well, what can one game hurt? I might as well, like, I'm not ready to go to bed. I might as well see how far I can go now, like while it's drunk. And I expected it to be like Hollow Knight runs, right, where I just, I get to bench flies, maybe gross mother, fuck shit, and then, I completely fuck up afterwards. But no, I fucking beat Hades. And by beat Hades, I mean spoilers, but Hades, the character, is the final villain in Hades, the game. So that's basically what, the long story short. So the thing is, first of all, I'm completely fucking wasted, right? And I can't remember. I'm completely just going off muscle memory. And I think the way I did it was because I had to process each and every movement I made, like intensely, because I'm drunk as fuck, I'm wasted, I can barely remember. I had to actually play pretty cautiously, and I think that paid off because ain't no fucking way that I mean, it is pretty fitting because the build I went with was the, I can't remember his fucking name, it's not Aphrodite, it's the wine god? Is he called the wine god? Is that basically it? Basically, the god of being drunk, which is very fitting, seeing the circumstances here, right? And I think that's the funniest part of it all, because his boons are not that great. I'm pretty sure they're just, they inflict something called drunk, like a status effect, drunk, where your enemies just kind of like goof around for a bit and that's it. Which, I mean, I'm pretty sure that's how it works. I'm actually not sure, I'm not positive. But I just remember getting him a fuck ton and thinking it was hilarious because he knew, like, metagaming knowledge, he knew that I was drunk as fuck. And apparently it was the build that worked. So lately I've just been, gaming a hell of a lot of Hades, so it's in my muscle memory. Even when yesterday last night I booted up some Monster Hunter to just, like, take a break from Hades. Also now that I've, actually have some free time. And, play a bit of different games instead of just Hades 24/7, even though that's kind of what I want to do. Because even now that I've beaten the game, there's like an actual reason to beat it again, which is, again, spoiler territory. I just, what the fuck was I gonna say? I remember leaving a tangent, and I'm trying to remember what that was. But okay, anyway, we are, the reason being that you can actually, it's replayable, is because what you get after playing the game is that you get to actually meet your mother. This is not a your mother bit, but it would be funny if it was all a setup to a your mom joke. Shit, what if it is? Who knows? I guess I'll find out. So, God, I hate Gorb. So you basically get to, like, the overworld, you're the prince of the underworld, you get to the overworld, where your mom is, aka, I'm pretty sure it is the overworld. aka the place between the underworld, the House of Hades, and the House of Olympus. Which the Olympian gods is basically, you know, your extended family, your cousins and whatsoever, you know, that whole shtick, trying to help you out, like trying to get to Olympus. I'm not actually sure if you ever, yeah, shut up. If you're ever supposed to get to Olympus in the game, in the base game, or there's like I don't remember there being a Hades DLC. I've seen nothing about that, so I'm guessing. Okay, so my guess would be, game-wise, that there is like a whole nother stage. Like, then you go through hell first, then you go through the overworld afterwards. And meet, like, you know, mortal living legends there. Which is basically like an inversion of what happened in the underworld. Because it was basically, you know, overworld, like, mortal heroes turned immortal. And they just rule the underworld. For example, Theseus, is he called Theseus? He's basically like the champion of the Colosseum. And he was immortal once. And now he's just chilling in the underworld. But it was basically like, my guess would be that you get to fight, you know, quote-unquote versions of him, like, just like heroes in the overworld. But I don't know if that's how it actually gonna be. Because, I haven't seen anything, like, I haven't really been hiding away from spoilers of the game. And people haven't told me, like, basically, what I remember from the spoilers I've gotten is that this is just the end. And this is the whole thing, and also, you know, I feel like this, I unlocked some game modes afterwards, which is basically, you know, just makes the game harder, which feels a lot like end game content, post game content. So I'm not expecting there to be much more, which is, I don't really know how I feel about that, because a lot of the, like, dialogue between characters is just, you know, you pick up a boon, and then your extended family, aka the Olympians, say, yo, when you get up here, we're gonna get you, you know, with some, we're gonna have a seat ready for you, basically, right? So they're preparing for me to come to Olympus, and if that just never happens, like, sure, I could see it with the, you know, with my mom, like, I just go to the overworld and just live with my mom instead. But how the hell am I supposed to get to Olympus? I don't know. I have no idea. Wow. So, I mean, that's kind of like what I would like to happen versus what I want, what is probably gonna happen. And I don't know really about Hades 2, because that would be my next guess, that, you know, Hades 2 was announced, and that is the trial to get to Olympus. But no, it's not Zacharias anymore, that's the main character. It's, I can't remember her name, but Zacharias' brother. Oh, no, sister, shit. It's, we follow Zacharias' sister in Hades 2. With, like, some of the same gods, some of the new gods, and, like, a whole new area. And I don't really know. Is her goal to get to Olympus? I'm not sure. I haven't seen, like, you know, every single lore video, every single analysis of trailers and gameplay video. I remember there being a flashback in the... shit. In Hades 2 somewhere that I saw in the, you know, technical update. I don't actually know if the early access is out yet, or if it's just, like, out soon-ish. But essentially, that flashback wasn't really, didn't have anything to do with Olympus. It just had to do with, you know, Zacharias' sister and her whole backstory, and, you know, her backstory with who is essentially Meg. Like, it serves a certain purpose. Like, basically just a training arc, like, test. Like, the first boss, right? I can't remember. Hecate? I think her name is Hecate. I also remember Demeter is actually in the game, which, when I first found that out, I had no idea who the fuck Demeter was. But now that I know who Demeter is, because I reached the surface, and I now have unlocked her as an, you know, quote-unquote Olympian god. I don't know if she's actually from Olympus. But I am ecstatic over seeing a young Demeter, which, now that I actually think about it, is Hades 2 a prequel? Technically, like, in the timeline? Or is it just because they're gods and they can, you know, they can do stuff like that? Okay, I was... You know, I do this every fucking time. I'm too busy yapping and just relying on fucking muscle memory. But the thing is, my muscle memory in certain fights are just so dog shit. Which leads to these like 10-minute runs when if I focus I could easily get to Collector. But I haven't seen Collector in so long. This hurts my pride. It hurts my pride every single day. I don't know. Well, I guess that's the update. Yeah, that's... Long story short, I beat Hades. Goodbye. See you tomorrow.